Hey everybody, happy tasty Tuesday. Welcome to Angel's Kitchen. So for today's episode, with it being fall, I just love to bake. As I've said before, I love to bake and I love to give it away. And one of my favorites, my oldie but goodie that I reach for again and again to give away is classic banana bread. I got this from a recipe in my church recipe book. You can see how much it's been used by how crinkly it is, but it's really simple, it's tasty, everybody loves it. I always double the recipe. So first I start with a cup and a half of sugar and 2 sticks of butter. You want to blend them until they're light and fluffy. Then while that's mixing, I also beat in 4 eggs, because remember I'm doubling the recipe. Then you add the milk. So since it's a double recipe, it's a cup of milk and 2 cups of mashed bananas. Now you might think to yourself, what is that mess? When bananas start to get brown, I don't chuck them. I put them in a freezer bag and freeze them. And then even though it looks weird, it makes for a really tasty, tasty banana bread recipe. So just go ahead and insert that. Also 2 tablespoons of vanilla. Then your cup of milk. Let that get all blended. And then we start with the dry ingredients. So 2 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of baking powder. I'm sorry, baking soda, not baking powder. And I know they're different, they serve different purposes. And 4 cups of flour. So I'm just gonna shut this down a little bit, give it a little bit of a break here. And then add the flour. So this is only 2 cups of flour. I'll add the rest while this is blending. Don't you love your KitchenAid? I love mine. So, all-purpose, general all-purpose flour. And, I mean, I can just smell it baking right now. This is, my husband always loves to come home to the smell of baking. He knows that he gets to take it to work. So, here we go. And then I'm just going to go ahead and not torture myself by adding this last cup here. Even messy cooks can be good bakers, as long as you get the ingredients right. So once that blends all in, you want to have your 2 loaf pans. I prepared them by spraying the bottom with a cooking spray. You can also do it with butter, whatever you need, however you normally do it. That looks very well incorporated. So we'll take that off. Oh my goodness gracious, that looks so yummy. Messy. There we go, that settles that. Make sure you incorporate all of the flour. And if you like, you can also go ahead and add some walnuts. So I pre-chopped mine. I love getting them at Costco because it's much less expensive than getting a smaller batch, at the supermarket. And I chop them myself and pour it into the loaf pan. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Blend that in. I like a lot of walnuts in mine. You can use pecans if you want to. It really doesn't matter, whatever your heart wishes for. So then you go ahead and you fill the pan up about two-thirds of the way. 2/3 of the way full. You bake it for about 50 to 60 minutes, depends on your oven, at 350. And then when it's all done and it has settled, you get this beautiful, delicious banana bread. I like to have mine heated with a little butter for extra indulgence. And if I really want to be decadent, sometimes I'll also add semi-sweet chocolate chips. So thank you for tuning in to another